Hello students, welcome back to the class Amino Acids. In the last class, we studied about classification and some important structures of amino acids. In this video, we will study about properties of amino acids. Amino acids are colorless crystalline substances having sweet taste. They melt with decomposition at high temperature. Means on heating, they undergo decarboxylation and deamination. So they melt with decomposition at high temperature. They are soluble in polar solvents like water, but insoluble in organic solvents. Except glycine, all other alpha amino acids are optically active because they possess a symmetric carbon atom. I think you remember the general formula is RCHCOOH NH2. That is RCHCOOH NH2. So in place of R, if hydrogen is added, then this carbon bears two hydrogens. That is the structure of glycine. So it is the carbon is achiral here because it contains two similar groups. That's why it is optically inactive. But remaining all other amino acids. So in place of R, other than hydrogen is present like CH3 or CH2OH or COOH, different groups. So all other amino acids except glycine are optically active. So when they are dissolved in water, their water solutions are neutral to litmus. So let us see some chemical properties of amino acids. Amino acids contains two reactive groups. The name itself indicates amino acids. Amino means amine group and acids means carboxyl group. So in the solution, the carboxyl group donates a proton to amine group. So here the nitrogen of amine group contains a lone pair of electron. Internal proton transfer takes place. It accepts this H plus from the carboxylic acid and becomes NH3 plus, and after donating a proton, this carboxylic acid becomes carboxylate ion. So now the amino acid in the solution by internal proton transfer exists as a dipolar ionic structure. It contains anion and cation both, and this structure is called Zwitter ion. Okay, the amino acids in solution exist as a dipolar ionic structure, and this is called Zwitter ion. So what is Zwitter ion? It is a dipolar ionic structure of amino acid which is electrically neutral because it possesses both the ions cation and anion, so it is electrically neutral. So while giving a definition, Zwitter ion is a dipolar ionic structure of amino acid which is electrically neutral. Then this is the structure of Zwitter ion. So as we see the structure of Zwitter ion, so amino acids are highly polar because they possesses both the groups here, carboxyl group and amine group. So two poles are there, one is negative, another one is positive. So they are highly polar and have high dipole moment values. And Zwitter ion is amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric means they reacts with both acids and bases. So it shows both the characters, acidic character and basic character. So that's why Zwitter ion is called amphoteric in nature. So let us see that how it is. In acidic solution, it accepts a proton and exists like a cation. So in acidic solution, so H plus ions are there in the solution. This carboxylate ion will accept the H plus and becomes COH. So a Zwitter ion in acidic solution after accepting this H plus becomes cation. So NH3 plus remains, so it becomes cation. So when electric field is applied, these cations migrate towards cathode. So in acidic solution, Zwitter ion accepts a proton and exists as cation, and after electric field is applied, they migrate towards cathode. And in alkaline solution, so OH minus ions are present in alkaline solution, that may be INaOH or KOH. So Zwitter ion donates H plus ion, donates a proton, and this OH minus becomes H2O and Zwitter ion becomes anion. Here COO minus remains, anion. So due to this anion, when electric field is applied, it migrates towards anode. Okay. In alkaline solution, it donates a proton and exists as an anion. So after electric field is applied, it migrates towards anode. So thus in acidic solution, amino acids migrates towards cathode, and in alkaline solution, amino acids migrate towards anode. So here, whether they are present as an anion or cation is depending upon the pH of the solution, whether acidic pH or basic pH. But at a particular pH, amino acids does not migrate to either anode or towards cathode, because at that particular pH they exist as neutral Zwitter ions, and this pH is called isoelectric pH or isoelectric point. So this is another one important property of amino acids, that is isoelectric point or isoelectric pH. So if the acidic pH or basic pH, depending upon that, they are migrating towards anode or towards cathode. But at a particular pH, amino acids does not migrate towards either cathode or nor towards anode. At this pH, they exist as a Zwitter ions, neutral Zwitter ions. And this pH is called isoelectric pH or isoelectric point. Each amino acid has a characteristic isoelectric pH. Depending on this isoelectric pH, amino acids can be identified, can be separated from the mixture. So this is very important and a characteristic value of amino acids. Peptides and proteins are also made up of these amino acids. So they are also having some particular isoelectric pH. So by using this isoelectric pH, amino acids or peptides or proteins can be separated from the reaction mixture. So that depends upon, the separation depends upon, one is pH, another one is electric field. So for example, for neutral amino acids, the value of isoelectric point is nearly 6. So let us see the examples. Alanine, which is the neutral amino acid, its isoelectric pH is 6.1. Serine, its isoelectric pH is 5.7. Valine is 6.0. Threonine is 5.6. So thus, see here, all the neutral amino acids having their isoelectric point nearly 6. Acidic amino acids having their isoelectric pH less than 6. For example, aspartic acid is 2.8, glutamic acid is 3.2. So both are having one extra COH group, and due to that they becomes acidic, and their isoelectric pH for aspartic acid is 2.8, glutamic acid is 3.2. Whereas basic amino acids isoelectric pH is more than 6. So here lysine it is 9.7, arginine it is 10.8. It means arginine at pH 10.8 exists as a Zwitter ion. So it is completely neutral at pH 10.8. At pH 10.8, it does not migrate towards anode nor towards cathode. Below this pH or above this pH, it again exists as cation or anion. So it migrates in the electric field. But at pH 10.8, it does not migrate towards anode nor towards cathode, because it exists exactly as Zwitter ion. So this isoelectric pH is a characteristic value of each amino acid, which is used to identify the amino acids and also to separate the amino acids from the mixture. So here we discussed today, one is important point is Zwitter ion. So Zwitter ion is formed by internal proton transfer from carboxyl group to amine group, and a dipolar ionic structure is formed. This is in the solution. So Zwitter ion is defined as is a dipolar ionic structure of amino acid which is electrically neutral. Amino acids are highly polar and have high dipole moment values. Zwitter ion is amphoteric in nature. It reacts with both acids as well as bases. In acidic solution, it accepts a proton and exists like cation. So when electric field is applied, migrate towards cathode. In alkaline solution, it donates a proton and exists like anion, and when electric field is applied, migrates towards anode. And isoelectric pHs, at certain pH, amino acid does not migrate to either cathode or nor towards anode and exists as neutral Zwitter ion. And this pH is called isoelectric pH or isoelectric point. Here some examples are given. For neutral amino acids, the isoelectric point is about or nearly 6, and for acidic amino acids the isoelectric pH is less than 6, and for basic it is more than 6. And this isoelectric pH is a characteristic value of each amino acid. Depending upon this isoelectric pH, amino acids can be identified. They can be separated from the mixture of amino acids. So this is a characteristic value of each amino acid. So students, in the next class, we'll discuss about some other important properties. Thank you.